Today I choose to follow you.
Good morning. This is Thursday, the 2nd of November. Trust that you had a good night's rest and that you're ready for this day that the Lord has created for you to go into and rejoice. This is Coffee with God. I have a lovely cup of coffee here. Trust that you do as well. Today we're going to look at two scriptures, Luke chapter 9 verse 23 and then John 15 verse 14, just to show you something interesting. But the context of the context of Luke chapter 9 verse 23 is Jesus has just fed the 5,000 and they've now gone away and he's sitting chatting to his disciples, those who have given up their lives, put their lives on hold, and they're following after him, they're living with him, walking with him, moving with him, watching him. And the idea of a disciple is to learn from your master, to learn from the one who you submitting to. And so as they are his disciples, he tells them, in a little while, I'm going to be rejected by the leaders. I'm going to be killed, but on the third day, I'm going to be raised again. In the context of incredible suffering, in the context of, hey, this isn't going to be easy. This life that you're choosing and the person you're choosing to follow is going to go through some incredibly trying and difficult times. Be aware. And in that context, listen to what he says. If anyone wishes to come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me. Now, you've heard this before, and I'm sure there's been many sermons, baie preke wat jy al geluister het, waar hierdie teksvers aangehaal is. En die fokus baie keer is op die feit dat ons moet hom volg, ons moet ons kruis optel, ons moet dit daagliks doen, en ons moet naby aan hom volg. En dit is alles waar. Maar ek wil julle aandag bring aan 'n klein woord waarmee hy begin. And in English, it's even smaller than Afrikaans. If, he starts with. And it's interesting that when Jesus talks about discipleship, he makes sure that he sets the standard. He doesn't compromise on what's expected of us. Listen, you have to take up your cross. You have to deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow after me daily. That's pretty straightforward. There's no loose interpretation that can be made there. Daar's niks los rondom daai stelling nie. Jy weet wat hy van jou verwag. Baie duidelik, stel hy dit. But what we often miss is he says, if. And discipleship is a choice. If anyone wishes to come after me. Now just to make the point a little bit harder, John chapter 15 verse 14, here he says, John chapter 14 verse 15, Johannes 14 verse 15. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. We fall so quickly into, we need to do this and we need to not do that, and we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to not do that. The determining factor and the choice that we have that settles whatever follows. And the standard, as I said, is pretty clear. Here again, the standard is clear. You will keep my commandments. You will keep my commandments if you love me. Make the choice that you love. I can think back so many times in my house, I would say to my children, this is my house, so you will, while you live in my house, you will follow my rules. Now, when my children were very small, I couldn't give them the choice. If you want to live in this house, you will follow these rules. Because what happens if my 6-year-old son decides, or my 8-year-old daughter decides, oh, okay, I don't want to live in this house. We don't want to open up that can of worms. But here Jesus, when he talks about discipleship, says, if you want to follow after me, if you choose to follow after me, if you love me, you will obey my commands. So as you go into today and you get thrown with a standard that you have to keep, and you know what the right thing is to do, and something inside of you wants to rebel against that, wants to be independent, then ask yourself the question, do I really want to follow after Jesus? Do I really love Jesus? If you love me, you'll keep. If you choose to follow after me, you will. And maybe that can just be something to think about as you go into this day and make choices and decisions. May the Lord bless you. And may you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday.
Counselor, everlasting Father.